What did you think? We didn't...
I agree with Tim how it's I think it works very well for the movie because it's so relevant to the town that they live in. You know, with the slicker, like, it could be anybody out there. There's so many of them. You don't know, like, that whole parade thing when she's on top of the float and she's like, oh, over there, no, over there, there's so many of them. You know, you don't, it could be anybody.
And he tackles that old man and, like, yeah, it's one of those things where...
I think it works really well.
I could be wrong, but I think that this is supposed to take place in...
People in that parade that look like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like, all of them could be it. I mean, just because you saw the hook on that guy, but that could just be a guy with a hook. So, I like that.
They also do this thing, another Swan fact. So, I don't know if you guys noticed, but most of the, like, I guess Carolina is it's a lot of flat surface. Mm-hmm. So for when they're doing the accident scene in the beginning, I don't know if you guys noticed, they're going up like this curvy kind of mountain ridge thing that's really...
There's a lot of places like along the one highway look like that, where you're just kind of like hugging the cliff, and I mean, even when you're at a safe speed, like, something can happen. So yeah, pretty cool.
Oh, I was gonna say, I have a little like a mini interview with Sarah Michelle Gellar. It goes back to 97 when they had just wrapped the movie. So I thought that would be interesting to hear if you guys want to hear it real quick.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's check it out.
They were such interesting characters, and for me, Helen was it was a change, it was a real departure, and it was something I really wanted to do. I love horror, I love being scared, I love thrillers, and I think it's so rare that things actually scare you. There's alcohol in the car. What happens? What do you do? You know, do you go to the police? Well, you're going to fry for this. They're going to go to prison. They're going to be tried as adults. Or do they get rid of the body? And they're left with quite a dilemma. It's a horrible chase scene where she knows that this is it. I mean, he's going to kill her. If he gets her, he's going to kill her. And that's kind of it for her. So she's really running for her life at this point. Up until then, the fisherman was using scare tactics. He was frightening them. He was sending them letters. He was toying with them. He was playing with them. Now it's serious. No one likes to be scared in real life, but when you know it's for fun, I think it's a very exciting thing, and it's an adrenaline rush. And I've always liked really good thrillers. I love the show. We did the pilot, but when we came back into the show, it had like metamorphosized into something that we didn't even expect. The response has been amazing. Even here, the college, and I go into stores because that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the ratings have been wonderful.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, she's right on pretty much everything. Like, people don't want to be scared in real life. But, yeah.
I think I would have been Julie. I would have called the cops and explained what happened. And we would have avoided all of this. I
would have been Helen in that situation. I don't know if you noticed, but she was kind of just like, I'm gonna roll with the punches. Like, whatever you guys are doing, I'm gonna do it. Just like, no,
Yeah, I mean, they probably would have got nailed for the open container type of thing, but I mean...
He was obviously alive. Like, an ambulance would have come and they wouldn't have gotten murder charges because...
Especially he's out there, like, what the fuck was he out there on the road? Like, you know what I mean?
There's no side... Wait, you're telling me the drunk guy, it's his car... registered to him, but you were driving, like, you know, it's a hard case to fight, but like...
Two witnesses, it wasn't just like there was only two guys, like one drunk guy and the sober guy. They had two other bystanders that would have backed up the story,
right?
And he wasn't dead, so it's interesting of how it could have played out.
Yeah, the only reason that I think, like, okay, yeah, someone would do this is because decision without actually really thinking about the consequences of it, or like who it would be impacting if you kill this man.
They think they're thinking about the consequences because they're like, oh, I've got this scholarship and I've like, how are we gonna survive after this? But like, no, like, you're throwing a body in the ocean. Like you're doing yourself in way worse than it has to be. But
yeah.
Oh yeah, I have another interview with Freddie, but it's a contemporary one now of him looking back on filming this movie and what he thinks about it now.
Sweet.
You guys want to check it out?
Yeah, let's do it.
Someone just told me that. When you get older, you don't think you're old, right? Like, to me, I'm like, oh yeah, that was like, what, 7 or 8 years ago? And Sarah's like, you idiot, you worked at WWE 7 or 8 years ago. Like, you already retired by that. I was like, how old was it? She was like, how old were you? I was like, well, I was 21 years old. I had just gotten I was legal to drink. Not that I hadn't had a beer before then. But I had my license. Sarah didn't. And neither did either Ryan or Love. And so I was the beer buyer on I Know What You Did Last Summer in North Carolina 20 years ago. We were kind of spawned from Scream, right? And then that was the genre until the amazing James Wan came and said, yeah, this torture porn thing, it's going to be scary and you're going to love it. And he crushed it. And that changed the whole genre. But it's those that doesn't even have a scary thing in it except a ball bouncing downstairs. But it's the scariest ball bouncing downstairs you'll ever see in your life. So I've always had passion for these